Hello students, this is your course on digital marketing basics. In this video, we are going to have an overview of digital marketing components. Now, before we understand what are the different digital marketing components, let's try and figure out what exactly is the role of digital marketing components. For that matter, what exactly are components? Now, typically, components allow for development and execution of a strategy in business, and it holds true for digital marketing components as well. It begins with identification of target market, because unless and until you understand who is it that you're designing a marketing campaign for, you cannot really include relevant information, you cannot choose the right channels, and you cannot reach your audience in the most effective manner. So it begins with identification of target market by way of determining their demographic, psychographic, geographic, and behavioral indicators. And if it is business markets that you're trying to capture, then it also involves inclusion of variables like industry type, ability to spend, or the budget, or the special business need that a particular business may have. Then the next component is development of digital presence through website and social media accounts. So if you're trying to come up with a digital marketing campaign for a company or for a client, perhaps, once you understand your target market, the next natural step is to develop a digital presence by setting up a website and also creating social media accounts. Because if you have identified a target market, you would want to bring him to a platform where you can talk about your brand, you can talk about your products, your services, your organization, and how a possible collaboration can happen. And for that to happen, you need dedicated pages where this is possible, and that can only be your website or your social media platforms. Then the next step, or the next important component, is identifying relevant channels for reaching target market. In the previous video, we got an overview of various digital marketing channels which are relevant in today's time for creating an effective digital campaign. So once you have created your website, now you need to find out the channels which are relevant for your particular business, your industry, the kind of solution that you're offering to your target market. So you decide which are the relevant channels through which you want to reach your target market. The next step is creating and curating relevant content, which means that you would now be investing in building relevant content, communication, information to be distributed through various channels, and of course buff up the website and your social media accounts with this content, so that when a customer finally lands up where you want them to be, they are able to access a lot of information, a lot of content, sometimes entertainment, sometimes infotaining content, which helps them envision you, your company, your client as a thought leader in a particular product or service segment. Then, what is curation of content? It means that you may not necessarily be creating original content, you may be simply conducting research and identifying content which could be of relevance to your target market, and you're curating it in one place so that your target customer doesn't have to search as much as you did in bringing all that summation of content into one place, sort of like creating a library of content. The next step is optimizing content as per search preferences of customers. So, if they are using particular keywords, particular phrases to search for the relevant information, that makes it your duty while designing your digital campaign to design your content in such a manner that those keywords, those search phrases are sufficiently represented and catered to in your tags and in your content, so that any customer who is seeking the right kind of information which could actually lead them to become your target customer, become your customer, paying customer. So for that to happen, your content should become a facilitating agent, and that can only happen if your content is optimized with the help of the right search preferences of the customers. And the next important component is measuring and analyzing campaign effectiveness. So while you're doing all that to set up a digital marketing component, specific campaign, it doesn't just end there. So the next step is measuring and analyzing campaign effectiveness. So while you're designing a digital marketing campaign to identify your right target market, distribute desirable content to them so that they are motivated to make a purchase from your design platforms like websites and social media accounts, ultimately, whatever you're doing, part of it can work and part of it cannot work, may not work. So measuring what and how your campaign is performing in a given market scenario is very critical to the campaign's overall success and a long term digital marketing strategy to emerge. So constant measurement and analysis of various metrics that can give you an idea whether your campaign is successful or not, what tweaking, what modification is required, is an essential component of your digital marketing strategy. Now, components have to be refined continually for achieving marketing objectives. And if you, as a digital marketer, are able to keep focus on these uh, components, you would obviously be able to achieve the ultimate marketing objective of market share acquisition and profitability for your organization. Now, these digital marketing components are designed in such fashion that they allow all digital marketers to achieve the digital marketing trifecta, which is creating owned, earned, and paid media. And having a portfolio of these three types of media allows for a brand to have a more holistic and a comprehensive presence in the market, and therefore giving customers a chance to reach the brand through various platforms. Now, what do we mean by this trifecta? Own media is essentially the web properties which a company can own, which includes website, mobile site, the blog site, and social media channels like YouTube channel, or they could have accounts like Insta, they could have accounts on Facebook, Twitter, wherein they are creating a dialogue. They are also sharing a lot of information about the brand, and it could be a one way or a two-way kind of communication which the brand can choose to have with the desired customer, with a desired target audience. So this is own media, and brand has huge amount of control over this. The second type of component in this digital marketing trifecta is paid media. So herein, the brand or the organization relies on a channel, a third party channel, like search engines, like social media, like influencers, to basically promote a certain type of content which can encourage customers to move towards the own media of the organization of the site. So the website or mobile site is where you want to attract people through paid media. So this includes pay per click, display ads, retargeting is also a strategy which is employed here. Then paid influencers are there, which you may have seen a lot on social media, when even celebrities, when they make a post, they put a subtitle under their uh, handle, social handle, that this is a paid influencer post. Then paid content promotion, then you have social media ads. All this comes under paid media, and the level of control that a brand can have on this is limited because there are third party channels, there are third party partners who are involved. However, the brand can really leverage this, and if positioned correctly, it can drive a lot of traffic to the own media of a brand. The third aspect of this trifecta is the earned media. This is something you really can't pay for. This you can achieve by delivering value to your target customers, by actually delivering on the promises that you made when you were trying to sell a product, a service, or a solution. And this is something which brands achieve over time with the help of social mentions, shares, reposts, reviews. And once the customers have experienced the brand in a positive manner, or maybe sometimes in a negative manner, earned media is generated organically. So this trifecta actually represents what can be achieved with the help of digital marketing components used correctly. Now, in the next video, we will discuss a case study on how Haldiram went digital. Haldiram is a very common, very popular in Indian brand, and it's a homegrown, family-owned brand. And how such a traditional homegrown company can also go digital using various components and channels of digital marketing is what we will be discussing. Until then, thank you.